Before I start this review today, I just want to say two words for the commentators and reviewers on social media who are giving all the hate to Pushpa 2. Kirre puvulu. Okay, don't take this to heart. It's just for fun. Or maybe not. By the way, the words are also in the movie if you watch the Telugu version, which I did because I understand Telugu. So, what is up, amigos? Welcome back to our channel. My name is Maddie. Today, we're diving into a cinematic storm that has redefined mass entertainment according to me. Pushpa 2 The Rule. If you thought the first film was powerful, brace yourself because this one doesn't just raise the bar, it annihilates it. It's one of those films which is a true sequel to its predecessor rather than the ones like Baghi or Doom, which have multiple films without any correlation to each other but just made to mint the box office using those hit names. This is more than just a sequel, it's an explosion of raw energy, high octane drama, and unforgettable performances. And at the heart of this masterpiece is the one and only Allu Arjun, proving once again why he's not just a superstar but an absolute force. So buckle up because this is going to be a ride full of praise, goosebumps, and a few well deserved digs at the critics as well. But before we get into the magic of Pushpa 2, let's take a moment to appreciate the men who made it all possible. Director Sukumar with his vision of a mass cinema and the acting powerhouse Allu Arjun. Allu Arjun, what a journey this man has had. From being the charming boy next door in Arya to becoming the stylish star with Ala Vaikuntapuramlu and now transforming into an unstoppable phenomenon with the Pushpa franchise. His rise has been nothing short of extraordinary. I also want to give you what might sound like a stupid comparison for some about Indian cinema, but if you think deep enough, it's not. Hollywood. I know some of you might be smiling and laughing at this point, but Hollywood has its legends, sure. But let me ask you, can any Hollywood actor embody the soul of a character like Pushpa Raj in Pushpa franchise or even Shiva in Kantara? Can they bring the raw intensity, the cultural depth, the body language and emotional complexity that Allu Arjun and Rishabh Shetty delivered so effortlessly? The answer is a loud no. No Leonardo, no Clooney, no Pitt. Indian actors like Allu and Rishabh bring a depth that goes beyond technique. It's rooted in emotion, culture, and sheer passion. So, to anyone doubting the power of Indian cinema, Pushpa 2 and even Kantara are the answers. It's proof that our stories, our performances, and our stars are not just world class, they're in a league of their own. And now let's dive into what makes this film an unforgettable cinematic experience. The self-made king of red sandalwood smuggling is back. But this time, he's not just fighting to survive, he's fighting to rule. Allu Arjun as Pushpa Raj is a revelation. He doesn't just play the role, he becomes it. From his raw physicality to the commanding screen presence, he holds your attention every second he's on screen. And let's not forget that iconic line, okay, Thaggedhe. It's more than just a catchphrase now, it's an anthem, a declaration of defiance that resonates with everyone from a daily wage worker to a CEO. It's like a war cry, a mantra that gets your adrenaline pumping. In Pushpa 2, we see a new side of Pushpa as well. He's ruthless, yes, but he's also deeply human. Whether he's protecting his people, mourning his losses, or taking on his enemies, every action feels authentic. Allu Arjun's performance is layered, intense, and quite frankly unforgettable. Moving on to the other memorable characters in the movie, Srivalli, portrayed by Rashmika Mandanna, continues to serve as the emotional backbone of Pushpa 2. While Pushpa battles external forces, Srivalli represents the strength and vulnerability of his personal life. Her unwavering support becomes a powerful driving force for Pushpa's decisions, showcasing the deep love and loyalty that that defined their bond. Rashmika's portrayal of Srivalli exudes grace and resilience, offering a performance that is both subtle and impactful, whether it's through her quiet moments of attention or her fierce determination to stand by Pushpa. Srivalli remains one of the most significant characters in Pushpa's life. In Pushpa 2, Srivalli's character grows beyond the limitations of being just a romantic interest. She becomes an equal partner in Pushpa's turbulent journey, sharing his burdens and offering him a reason to fight harder. Her relationship with Pushpa reflects the kind of understated yet profound love that resonates deeply with the audiences. Rashmika beautifully captures the essence of a woman torn between protecting her family and supporting her partner's often dangerous endeavors, adding layers of emotional depth to the narrative. Now, Rashmika's performance in Pushpa 2 has been critiqued by some as just a lusty wife, but maybe the dialogues and feelings, or perhaps peelings, have been lost in translation for those who watched the Hindi version, the Hindi dubbed version, or subtitles. In my opinion, Srivalli's character is not merely a supporting role, but an integral part of Pushpa's world. Her presence humanizes Pushpa and adds emotional stakes to the story, making the high-octane drama even more engaging. Remember, she is the reason Pushpa goes on a mission to become bigger. That is extremely pivotal. And the scene right before the Peelings song, Peelings, that's right, is not vulgar at all as deemed by many. It's anything but vulgar. It's beautiful and full of chemistry. From scenes of cute, intimate moments between a husband and wife, or the powerful moments of shielding her husband during familial rifts, Rashmika has undoubtedly given her heart to the character of Srivalli.
పుష్ప అంటే పేరు కాదు, పుష్ప అంటే బ్రాండ్.
శ్రీవల్లి నా పెళ్ళం. పెళ్ళం మాట మూడింటే ఎట్ట ఉంటుందా ప్రపంచకాల సూపర్ స్టార్.
And then we have the legendary Fahadh Faasil. Again, a lot of critics are calling his character being reduced to of being a clown, but wrong again. There is a thin line between character being portrayed as a clown, like the one Saif was in Hum Shakals, and a character being portrayed as eccentric. Fahadh as Shekhawat is the latter. He is eccentric and he is too good an actor to not know what he was portraying. He returns as SP Bhavar Singh Shekhawat, a character that is intriguing and complex. Knowing for his cunning and calculated approach, Shekhawat is the perfect foil to Pushpa's raw and unfiltered power. Fahad's portrayal of Shekhawat is a masterclass in restrained menace. His calm demeanor and piercing gaze make him a constant, looming threat. The tension between Pushpa and Shekhawat keeps the audiences on the edge, with every encounter feeling like a psychological battle as much as a physical one. Now, what sets Fahadh apart as Shekhawat is the depth he brings to the character. He's not your stereotypical villain driven by blind hatred. He instead is a man of strategy and ambition, whose clashes with Pushpa feel deeply personal and a matter of ego. Fahad's ability to switch between charm during some comical clashes and menace in some adds layers to Shekhawat, making him as compelling as the protagonist. The power dynamic between the two characters evolves throughout the film, with Shekhawat often matching, if not exceeding, Pushpa's intensity in their confrontations. His presence elevates the stakes, and his interactions with Allu Arjun are some of the film's most gripping moments. Fahad's ability to hold his own against a towering character like Pushpa Raj is a testament to his versatility and skill. As Shekhawat becomes more entrenched in his conflict with Pushpa, the film's narrative reaches new heights, delivering some of its most memorable scenes like this one.
ఫైర్ కదా, వైల్డ్ ఫైర్.
Many critics also feel that Shekhawat should have been the only rival all along, and why a sudden emergence of a new character which didn't make sense according to them. Let me tell you, when gangsters are rising up the ranks, there will be new rivals, new politicians who take notice and want to bring you down. So it only makes sense to corner Pushpa's character from all fronts, or even more fronts, rather than just one. And maybe many don't know Jagapati Babu, the new villain, but he's a well-known face down south, and now him maybe taking over the reins of the antagonist for Pushpa is a smart move by the writers for the upcoming films in the franchise. Now moving on to technical aspects. First, the cinematography. Now Polish origin, pardon if I get the pronunciation wrong, Miroslav Kuba Brozek has captured the rugged landscapes and the intense action with such brilliance that every frame feels alive. The forest, the gritty streets, the powerful close-ups of Pushpa, they all pull you to the story in ways that words cannot describe. The music by Devi Shri Prasad is unfortunately one of the weak links of the film. The music is not up to the standards of the first film, and only the title song of Pushpa Pushpa and Suseki, or Angarosa in Hindi, are hummable. However, not to say the same about the haunting background score. Every note and every thump of the background score elevates the film, and the one during the climax, absolute goosebumps. And the action sequences, they're not just fights, they're spectacles. A special mention to the climax. It's raw, it's intense and choreographed to perfection. Every punch, every slow motion shot feels like a celebration of the larger than life storytelling that we love about Indian cinema. Now, without giving away any spoilers, let me take a moment to talk about the climax fight sequence of Pushpa 2. Honestly, I was left with goosebumps, literal goosebumps. It's not just an ending, it was a statement. That final sequence was a masterstroke. Everything builds up to this incredible crescendo where every element of the film comes together. The music, the cinematography, the performances, everything. Allu Arjun commands the screen in those final moments with a power and intensity that is unparalleled. Just like Rishabh Shetty in Kantara, the climax is not just a visual spectacle, it's emotionally overwhelming too. As I sat there in the theatre, I could feel the collective energy of the audience rising, the cheers, the whistles, and sometimes the stunned silence in the emotional beats. It's an experience you will remember long after the credits roll, and the way Allu Arjun carries the entire sequence is something that only a true superstar can achieve. Every frame of that climax screams legendary. This is what cinema is all about, moments that stay with you forever. Now, to address the critics who seem to have missed the point entirely. To those who complain about the film being too loud or unrealistic, here's a question. Why do you go to the movies? Is it not to escape reality, to be entertained, to feel something? Because Pushpa delivers all that and more. Pushpa is a film that knows exactly what it wants to be, a larger-than-life entertainer. It doesn't apologize for being bold, dramatic, or even messy. And why should it? Cinema isn't about fitting into one box. It's about exploring different worlds, different emotions, and different ways of storytelling. And mind you, these are the same commentators who lauded Animal and defied logic to enjoy a flawed character's story and larger-than-life cinema. Matter of fact, I liked Animal too and watched not for taking life lessons but to enjoy and be entertained by a hypothetical story about a flawed human animal monster of a character. And honestly, with Pushpa 2, I still feel a lot may have been lost in translation when you watch it in the dubbed Hindi or other versions rather than the original Telugu. Some movies may need knowing of the native language to get the true essence of it, and this might be one of those. Now, coming back to Allu Arjun, as I can't stop praising him enough for this performance. Allu Arjun's rise is nothing short of inspiring. He didn't just become a star overnight, he earned it with all the hard work, dedication, and an unrelenting passion for cinema. From charming us in Arya to redefining mass entertainment with Pushpa, he has shown that he's not just a performer, he's an artist. What sets him apart is his ability to connect with the audience, whether it's his dance moves, his iconic dialogues, or his larger-than-life screen presence. He knows exactly how to win our hearts. And with Pushpa 2, he's delivered his career best performance. So, in conclusion, Pushpa 2 The Rule isn't just a film according to me. It's an event, a phenomenon, a celebration of everything we love about cinema. It's a reminder that our stories, our actors, and our filmmakers are second to none. And to the critics who think mass entertainers don't deserve respect, here's my challenge. Watch Pushpa 2 with an open heart. feel the energy, and then tell me it doesn't deserve to be celebrated. You can't. And to everyone watching this, if you haven't seen Pushpa 2 yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Grab your tickets and experience it on the biggest screen possible. Don't wait for it to come on OTT. It deserves to be watched on a big screen. And if you've already seen it, let me know what was your favorite moment. Was it the climax, Allu Arjun's swag, Rashmika's grace, or Fahadh Faasil's eccentricity? Let's talk about it in the comments. Thank you for joining me today. If you loved this review, don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more passionate takes on the movies that we all love. And remember, as Pushpa himself would say, Dina mat Thaggedhe. Bye-bye.